Hey, thanks for joining me today on this April 12th. Wow, how the year is flying by. I got some interesting stuff to talk about, including this. I was just online looking for updates because it's like breaking news as it is. But today we're going to delve into a topic that's been on my mind. It's the dire need for extraordinary leaders in a world filled with mediocrity. And let me tell you, it's high time we started giving credit where credit's due. We've all seen our fair share of leaders. Heck, some people might even call them politicians. Get the line out, Tom. But let's face it, folks, getting the job done isn't enough anymore. We need leaders who don't just punch the clock, but punch through barriers, who don't just follow the rules, who rewrite them. Enter President Javier Milei and Elon Musk. These guys aren't your average Joes. No, they're cream of the crop, top dogs, the ones who make things happen even others can't even dream of. And let me tell you, that's a rare breed. But why does this matter, you may ask? Well, let me break it down for you. In a world where status quo reigns supreme and innovation is stifled by bureaucracy, we need leaders who can cut through the noise, pave the way for a better future. We need leaders who don't just settle for good enough, but who strive for greatness. Leaders who aren't afraid to ruffle feathers, to shake things up, challenge the norm. Because let's face it, folks, the status quo just ain't cutting it anymore. So next time you hear about Milei and Musk teaming up to tackle the world's toughest challenges, remember, it's not just about two guys making small talk. It's about the need for extraordinary leaders who refuse to accept the status quo. I'm not saying it's easy, folks, but if anyone can do it, it's these guys. And maybe, just maybe, they'll inspire the rest of us to aim a little higher, reach a little further, dare to dream the impossible dream. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffee and Nuance Show. It's the best live stream in single digits in the entire world. Right now. Flame on. Yeah, so thanks for joining. Just checking something here. Just checking something here, and I am seeing, well, hey, it looks like we might have a couple people watching, so thank you. Thank you. You can always participate in the live chat, and I will see it, and I will shout out and respond to all the nice chat in the after show. But let's talk about this main story today, and that's about President Javier Milei of Argentina. He's just met with Elon Musk. All the articles that I could find online are talking about it in the future. So if Milei, who's 53, he's traveled to Miami to receive an award from a Jewish organization, and then he would go to meet Musk in Texas. He met with him this morning at the Tesla factory in Austin, and they're rumored to be involved in discussions about potential investment in Argentina's automobile and communication sectors. Both Milei and Musk have exchanged compliments on social media, with Milei expressing confidence in Musk's potential role in Argentina's development. The meeting may explore collaborations including lithium extraction, given Argentina's significant lithium reserves. Milei will be accompanied by his sister and officials during his U.S. visit, where he also will engage in other diplomatic and academic activities before traveling to Europe for further engagements. But this meeting was a big deal. In fact, I was just pulling up X to see the latest tweets on it, and I'm just pulling up Javier Milei's X page, and yeah, he's got pictures. This picture here, in fact, giving the double thumbs up. I love it. I think the double guns might be a little more fun, a little more meme worthy, but I like the double thumbs up. That's always a good shot. Meeting at the Tesla factory with Elon. And the idea that I wanted to express with this is that there are some people that just don't accept what is put out there. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. As an example, Elon just kind of goes beyond all expectations. Now, I know that there's a lot of negativity about him. It looks to be a coordinated thing. Everything changed when he bought X and allowed people to speak freely. Suddenly, he became the worst person in the world in certain circles. In the same way, Javier Milei is a very charismatic president of Argentina. I was just down in Argentina to check out what it was like. And they're going through massive changes in that country. And these massive changes can't come about by someone just doing the status quo, just being the regular type of politician. Sometimes it involves being charismatic and just calling your shot. I know Javier Milei would just post things on Twitter talking about how he wants to work with Elon, and Elon, is like a mutual admiration society. Well, it set this whole thing up because he is skilled at this Argentina around financially. And with so many financial challenges, we really need some leadership. Everybody needs leadership that can actually get stuff done, not just talk about things. I look at the current president, and I can't see a single thing that where he's kind of called beyond what he could do, other than doing some things that were technically illegal, and the Supreme Court came in afterwards and said he couldn't do it. But Biden's really not doing anything grand to make our country better, make life better for anyone. I know he just did this student debt. To me, it seems like a vote buying scheme, and I'm sure that will help some people. I looked into it, and the whole thing seems insane. One of the qualifications for this was that you took out less than $12,000 worth of loans, and you made payments on that for over 10 years straight, and you still haven't paid it off. Then the government will pay the rest of it off. I don't even know how that works. I don't know how you can take out a $12,000 loan, make payments for 10 years, and not pay off that loan. It doesn't even make sense to me. But it's kind of like when Joe Biden said that he was going to release everyone that was in prison for marijuana possession, that was in federal prison for marijuana possession. And then they looked into it, and they really couldn't find a single person that was in for only that. It's just this kind of narrative that goes out there that's not really real, But anyway, I'm very excited to see what can happen. I'm very bullish on Argentina, providing they can keep the current leadership, But it's dangerous if you are breaking barriers. It's probably dangerous if you're Elon Musk as well. There's probably a lot of enemies out there in the world. You need to stay safe. But even if I think back to Trump, one of the things that I admired about Trump was he would just, this whole thing of like, oh no, I'm going to talk with North Korea. And prior to that, he was joking on the guy, calling him Rocket Man, and making jokes about his height and things like that. But he's like, no, I'm going to make a deal with North Korea. The entire media said, you can't do that. You can't talk to him. You can't do these things. And he just did it. And I admire leaders that do that. I think even if we look at RFK Jr. running for president this time. I think he's made some bold claims, some bold things that he would like to do. And I really think that that's what we need. That's what we need, is we need leaders that are not just going to go with incrementalism, that are going to do, and that also have the charisma to actually make these things happen. So that was what I wanted to talk about. Just these extraordinary guys, Javier Milei and Elon Musk, meeting this morning at the Tesla factory in Texas. And I'm excited to see what comes of it. I got a number of other news stories today to roll through, including a fact check. So, yeah, let's get to the first one. And this involves Argentina's neighbor, Brazil. Okay, yeah. In 2024, the EU and Brazil have delayed travel programs offering a temporary break. But in 2025, that's next year, Brazil is introducing visa requirements for U.S., Canadian, and Australian travelers. The visa costs $80.90 at current market exchange rates, valid for 10 years with 90-day stays per year. Applicants must provide additional information, including proof of income. Processing takes about 5 days. This change mirrors visa requirements Brazilians face when traveling to the U.S. So what is happening here is, in the past, you could travel visa-free to Brazil. And I got to tell you, traveling visa-free is so much better, so much more convenient than having to fill out paperwork and getting a visa. It is concerning that they want to see your bank account. They want to see like your last 6 bank statements to make sure that you have enough money when you're down there traveling. And I think, they just want to make sure you have over 2,000 in your checking account or something like that. But, a lot of times, people that are really smart with their money, they don't keep money in their checking account. They move over money into their checking account when they need to pay the bill, when they have a bill to pay. But otherwise, it's stupid to keep thousands of dollars in your checking account. I mean, who's getting interest off of that, right? It's very minimal, very minimal. You probably got it in a different account. So this could just be an inconvenience for some people that, and also it may be difficult if you're, let's say you're a college student or something and your big dream was to, go down to Brazil for a week-long vacation after you graduate or something like that. You may not have the funds in your account to even get the visa. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think I want to turn over my bank records to, frankly, to anyone, but especially a foreign country, just to go on a vacation. That seems a bit much. And again, the EU is going to have a visa system as well for Americans. So our passport is not nearly as strong as it once was. Now, when you want to do some world travel, it's going to take extra work. It's going to take extra time. It's going to take extra fees. And it's going to take now turning over extra information that you might not want to. So I just wanted to tell you about that development. And it is a Friday. It's a Fact Check Friday. So let's get to this story. This is an interesting one. Well, in January 2023, Snopes initially rated a claim about the Biden administration considering a ban on gas stoves as mixture due to statements made by Richard Trumpka Jr., a member of the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Now, you remember I actually did a video on that, and mixture was the wrong one. It should have been true. It should have been true. But however, after internal communications between the Consumer Product Safety Commission and the White House officials, Snopes changed its rating to false, stating that the CPSC was not currently considering such a ban, even though they literally said they were considering such a ban. This alteration came after pressure from CPSC to correct the article. Trumpka's remarks had sparked controversy, leading to the introduction of legislation against banning gas stoves. Now, eventually, both the CPSC and the White House distanced themselves from the idea of a ban on gas stoves. The situation raised concerns about government influence on media and transparency in regulatory processes. So this is what happened. It turns out that everything that we think is true about the fact checkers is true. Now, in this case, it has been disclosed that the White House pressured Snopes to change their rating. Now, normally, what the White House should realize is they don't have to pressure Snopes to change their rating most of the time, because most of the time Snopes does what they know that they're supposed to do. But, you know, maybe the White House should talk to the State Department or some people that are around for decades, men in lanyards, if you will, because they can make sure to get the Snopes fact check the way that you want it to be. So this is just another example where we actually have evidence that the government is working with the fact checkers to push certain narratives. This doesn't surprise anyone. Doesn't surprise me. I think the whole industry is corrupt. But now we've got some evidence that indeed the Biden White House was pressuring Snopes to change the story. So there we go. I guess we should just keep going back to the fact checkers to find out what's real and what's not, because they're the ones that are going to shoot straight with us, right? Oh man. Anyway, more good news coming right up, and this is about Rite Aid. Oh. Yeah, Rite Aid is closing an additional 53 stores in 9 states as part of its bankruptcy proceedings, which began in October due to high debt. The closures are aimed at addressing underperforming locations and selling off non-core business units. The company's restructuring plan, which involves giving most of its equity to bondholders, is pending final court approval on April 22nd. Rite Aid has denied wrongdoing, but is finalizing statements, including one related to a Justice Department probe into its opioid sales. Bondholders are the critical voting class in the bankruptcy. With their votes due soon, the company operates about 1,700 retail pharmacy locations across 16 states and a workforce of 45,000. So that's right, everyone. The economy is great. Nothing to see here. Everything is better in the last couple of years under Biden's America. And don't let the closure and the bankruptcy of one of the largest drugstores in the country fool you. Everything is good. Everything is good. Have you been to Rite Aid? I cannot. You go to Rite Aid, you buy one thing, and the receipt is literally 1.5 feet long. I don't even understand it. They should be, frankly, they should be shut down just for all the paper waste that they are doing at Rite Aid. But, you know, we do need, I guess we need local drugstores, right? You got to have a drugstore. You got to have a place to pick up your prescription. But yeah, more and more are closing. But that's probably an anomaly. They're probably closing these because they're going to build nice new ones. Because as we know, the economy is doing fantastic. It's even better than ever. And we're on this incredible recovery thanks to the leadership of Joe Biden. All right. And lastly, we need some good news. And this story brought a smile to my face. So, 3 sailors were rescued by the U.S. Coast Guard and Navy after being stranded on a small Pacific island for over a week. They'd left Palawat for Picalat on a skiff, but didn't return as expected. A search was initiated covering a vast area involving a Navy aircraft and Coast Guard ship, Oliver Henry. The sailors were located thanks to an SOS message spelled out in palm leaves. They were found in good health with supplies dropped to them and were returned to Palawat. The successful rescue showcased the importance of community and collaboration in maritime operations. Now, you can look up here. There we go. Why do I always get that wrong? Look up here. Actual picture from the sky when they found these guys. There's a guy standing there holding the red flags, and they spelled out help in palm leaves. It's like a cartoon comes to life. We've seen this cartoon, or at least I've seen this in political cartoons through the years. Sometimes it's help, sometimes help is misspelled, and for a various number of situations, it's a very nice line drawing cartoon of the stranded guy on an island spelling out help. And here we actually had it in real life. So, that was a good thing that cartoon existed, because then it just kind of got into the collective consciousness that that's what you do when you're stranded in the Pacific on an island. And that's what these guys did, and they were rescued. So that's a good news story. And very positive. I think that's a nice thing going into the weekend. Anyway, that is, I know, quick show, but that's all that I have prepared for today. I'll go through all your thousands of comments in the after show, but I will be back. Who knows what'll be different? We'll find out, but I'll be back on Monday, and I'll see you in the after show. Peace. There we go. Okay. Boom. All right. So let me get the chat up. Thanks. Lucid checking in. What's up? Proof of income to make sure you can go home and can afford to say they're smart. Okay. How was your trip to Venezuela, Tom? Was it expensive? I would not go to, I don't think I would recommend going to Venezuela right now. Lovely country, lovely people. I don't think it's a lovely situation currently, but hopefully, hopefully things will turn around there. We'll have to see. Fact controllers is what they're called. Yeah, they're not fact checkers. They are fact controllers. Dopes at Snopes have little to no integrity. I don't know that that's true. Hard to shoot straight with political blinders on. That is also true, Lucid. And 3 sailors walk into a sandbar. Bumps. I like that. That was a good one. That was a good one. What's up, Gonzo? Gonzo the Good, checking in over on Rumble. Fact Check Friday. Let's go. Yeah, I think for me, the big story is what's going to happen with Milei and Musk. I don't really care about so many of the stories that I saw in the news today. There's just so much negativity going on. I kind of want something a tad more positive. And I do think that the Milei Musk thing could turn into something very positive, at least for the people of Argentina, at least for people working for Tesla. But they, might strike a deal that benefits both. And those are the best ones where everybody wins. So that's kind of good. But all this other stuff about Iran and current lawfare things happening in this country to, against Trump and just a whole lot of terrible, terrible stories in the news. I just didn't want to concentrate on those. But hey, you can go to other channels with millions of subscribers and watch that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. Yeah, I will be back. I will be back on Monday. Hope you all have a beautiful weekend. And on the little thing that I click here at the end, I really mean it. I really mean it. Your support means more than you realize. So thanks a lot. Have a good weekend. Peace.